Good day, good day. It's Robin here, and I have such a. Is this a story? I feel like it's like a little story of humanity, The world is so inhumane sometimes. It seems so rough, and people are busy, angry, moving so fast, not thinking about others. Trust me, I do it too. I'm including myself. We all have, priorities. We seem to make sure we're good, and then everybody else will worry about them at another time. I want to tell you something that happened to me yesterday. I went shopping. Okay, first of all, I'm a senior citizen, guys, so I get this thing called the Healthy Food Card. I had got it starting about a year and a half ago after I broke my ankle. I got this card. I've gotten so many services. It's a shame that I had to break my ankle to get them, but I'm not really a hospital person, but when I got involved in, going to the therapy and everything, I got just more resources. So one of the things I got is this thing called a Healthy Food Card. They advertise it all over YouTube sometime, too. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. It depends on what demographic you're in. I'm sure it pops up on people's, little commercials. But the Healthy Food Card, for me, is a very much not only healthy food card, it is a very helpful food card. As I said, I'm a senior, so I get a certain amount of money, and I don't get any food stamps. I just get this healthy food card. It's close to $150. It's in that range. That's not really a lot, trust me, because you have to use the rest of your real money to assist yourself. What can I do? I can't complain. I'm grateful for the $150 extra a month that you just go into the store. The only thing is you have to buy healthy food. You cannot buy any snacks. You can't buy, popcorn. I don't even think, no sodas. I eat those things anyway, so I don't really, think that's such a big priority. Let me press this. Hold on. I forgot my screen's on 2 minutes. It'll pop up. Anyway, so I went to my little store, my big supermarket store yesterday. I had told my friend Mikey, I said, Mikey, drive me up there. I'll be in there a short time because I only wanted to spend half of this $150. So I'm running around the store, paying attention very succinctly, trying to make sure I don't waste too much of Mikey's time. And just getting stuff I really need. I always write everything down because I don't even like to really go shopping. I'm kind of spoiled. I usually do half Instacart or I send somebody to get it for me. But I said I'll just get all the healthy fruits and vegetables, a couple of nice, fresh, clean, everything clean food. I try to eat like that anyway, so I don't mind. So I got up to the register. I'm putting the stuff all over the counter, boom, boom, boom. And, the young man, he rings me up. So he was like, okay, ma'am. I said, I got my card. Here's my little, I go to the store every month, trust me. So I handed him my little healthy food card, and he scanned it, did his little thing, and it came out, it said, not authorized. So I kind of got that, that little second of what the heck is going on here? So I thought, what am I going to do? I don't want to spend, it was $72. The bill was $72. I said, I don't really want to say to myself, I don't want to spend $72 of quote unquote real money. So I said, let me try it, young man. So I slid it thinking something magical was going to happen. Same result. The card came out, said not authorized. I started a little teeny bit of a panic because, like I said, I didn't really want to spend $75. That's, to me, is a nice big chunk, especially when the card has been doing me so well for the last about 18 months. I didn't know if it was some government program or I had not, signed off on the right papers, what had happened, because I've got this card for the last 18 months or so. Very helpful. So I said, let me step over into the corner, young man, so I can, if I'm going to call the little 800 number that they've given me. Hold on. Got to make sure my little screen is recording properly. I want to call the concierge that helps me with this program. So I went over there. I'm pressing buttons. You need your medical ID number. You need your Social Security number. You need all this stuff. So they'll make sure it's you. I always call before I go to Giant Eagle. For some reason, I didn't call before I went to the store. I usually call just to make sure that $130 is on there. But I didn't call, because it's always on there. I didn't even think about anything. And finally, I got a computer to say, ma'am, your card's not authorized. And so that means, so, I'll call the next day. Went back over to the young man that had already bagged up all my stuff. It's sitting there in the shopping cart. I said, I'm so sorry, young man. I can't get this food because I really didn't want to spend $75. I wouldn't have mind maybe if it was $25, but $75 to me on my limited senior citizens, income, that's a pinch. That's a bill. So there was a man that was already in line. The young man had already started ringing up the next guy, and my little stuff was just sitting there with about maybe 12 to 14 bags all sitting there. And so the young man, this guy says, you know what, ma'am, don't worry. I'm going to pay your food bill. So I said, you know what? I said, I don't hear that well. Please say it again. What did you just say, young man? So he says, I'm going to pay your food bill. I said, you can't do that. No worries. I'll call and they'll probably straighten out the card tomorrow. He already had handed the cashier his credit card, and the cashier was in the process of ringing it up. By the time I was already getting ready to kind of cry a little bit, to be honest, the cashier handed me back the receipt, and it said $72 and change. So I was, you get that moment of, oh, my goodness, someone's doing something wonderful. I've done many things like this before in my life. I guess this was my turn to get something wonderful, a little pay it forward. So I said, oh, please, sir, I feel so overwhelmed. I said, please give me a hug. I said, what's your name? And he told me his name. His name is Brandon. If I ever shout out to Brandon, thank you, young man. That was awesomely kind. I like I said, I've done things like that before, and now I guess it was my turn to receive a little blessing. And you know how it is when you're used to helping someone, it's hard to even receive help. But I needed that food, and I was so grateful, and I kept thinking, this is amazing, because had I not been here at this place at this time, had I waited 5 minutes later to get in the car or went 5 minutes earlier, I would have missed this beautiful golden opportunity. It was very wonderful. So I did, of course, say thank you, Brandon, and I was a little bit of tears in my eyes as I was pushing the cart out to my friend Mikey's car. I said, Mikey, you will not believe what happened. It was just, whew. It was, to me, overwhelming and very kind to know that people, we're all human. Like I said, we all have many, many struggles. I don't get a lot of help. I help a lot of people, and I don't get a lot of help because I'm grateful that I can help. A little bit of here, whether it's my blessings of money or just trying to help as an older person, trying to help a person along the way. But I don't really get too much help myself. I get help from my friend Chris. Okay, shout out to Chris, my YouTube buddy. He's helped me a lot. And anyway, so it was a wonderful opportunity for me to see that humanity still alive and well. A wonderful opportunity for me to receive a blessing too. And I was very touched. I just wanted to share that with you. Yes, it's tough out here. Yes, the world is crazy. Yes, people get a little cranky. And yes, people are very selfish. Like I said, myself included sometimes. But yes, people are also very, very kind, very, very generous, very, very human and humane and decent. And I got my dear new best friend that I'll probably never see again, Brandon, was able to help me. He didn't know me. He had never seen me. He probably will never, ever see me again. And wherever he is in this world, for all the Brandons that help people that you'll probably never see again, I just wanted to say thank you. What kindness is real, you guys. Kindness is real, and I wanted to share that with you. It was so overwhelming. I'm getting emotional still just thinking about it, and it was actually yesterday morning. So thank you so much, Brandon, and thank you for listening to. Thank you guys for listening to my little TED Talk. Let me fix my phone so I can get off this phone. I don't know how to stop the recording. Hold on. Oh my goodness, where's my? Anyway, thank you. Thank you for listening to my Robin's Nest Radio Chit Chat. I know I just kind of put this all together, but of course it just basically says that kindness rules, kindness rocks. Thank you to people that help each other. Peace.